Greetings and welcome back to the channel. Today I am releasing my any card at any number effect, Unbiased, and I am certain that for those of you who are serious about card magic and looking for the solution to the any card at any number effect, I think that this is what you have been waiting for. And I don't say that lightly. This is the first time I've ever released any effect to the magic community. So here in this trailer, I'm going to try to answer those questions that you guys probably have about my effect. That way I am totally transparent with you guys. I'm going to show you a demonstration in my own hands. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a really good idea of whether or not you want to pick this up. By now you must realize that this is an ungaffed any card at any number effect that only uses one deck of cards. Now, why do I think this is superior to every other version that's out there, and why do I think this is going to replace any version that you perform now? The main reasons are as follows: that any card can be named, there is no forces, any number can be named, there is no convoluted process on how they choose the number. Literally, your spectator or spectators can choose any card and any number that you want them to. There is no difficult sleight of hand, there is no gimmicks, there's no gaffes, there's no duplicates. You really are just using a regular deck of cards. The spectators deal down to their own number, and they can deal the cards face up or face down, however you want. The effect, more than anything, is extremely reliable. Once you learn my system, it will become second nature, and because of that, your confidence will just go through the roof. Performing this will be an absolute joy. It will be so much fun. You're going to really like it a lot. Of course, you end completely clean. Everything can be examinable. They can take the deck of cards home with them when they're done. Those are the main reasons why I think that this is superior to any version that exists. One other thing I will add maybe also with that is that there is no memorized deck in play, just like I said in the teaser trailer. So if this was the type of effect that you avoided because of the memorized deck, well, now this is the solution. This is what you may have been waiting for. So obviously this looks a lot like other versions that exist out there. And this goes into the next question, which is like, why did I even come up with this? And the main reason why was because the standard version that I had performed before, I found that it wasn't reliable, that the mental calculations were just too difficult to perform regularly, where you didn't make a mistake or there wasn't a huge lag in your performance because you're sitting there trying to subtract double-digit numbers in your head, which was just too difficult to do reliably, which is why I came up with this effect. Now, after I showed this to some friends and some magicians through video chat, they urged me to release this to the magic community. Initially, my initial thought was to maybe give this away to one or two lucky people in a contest, but I realized that they were correct, that a lot of people really could benefit from this, and that this really is leaps and bounds ahead of what exists right now, just because, like I said, I've whittled down the mental difficulty of the effect, so it makes it a lot more reliable and something that you can perform relaxed without, sweating and without having to do really difficult mental calculations. So anyway, let's take a look at the demonstration, and then I'm going to touch on a couple other questions that you may have about this. All right, here's a quick demo for Unbiased, and when you start, you can show the spectator that the cards are in a random order, that they're all different. It's up to you if you want to do that. It really doesn't matter. But the cards have to start out in the box, and since most people deal cards face up, it really won't make any difference anyway. And you're going to approach a spectator or a series of spectators and ask somebody to name any number from 1 to 52. Any number can be named, it doesn't matter. In this case, we have number 36, and they can change their mind as much as they want. Again, it doesn't make any difference. You ask the person to name any card. You can tell them, name any card. In this case, they're going to name the 10 of clubs. Like I said before, they could really name any one that they want. It really doesn't matter. And you say to that person, is there any way that you would have known that that card, the 10 of clubs, would be in that position number 36? What do you think the chances of that are? And the person, they're going to get a real laugh about that, because they're going to be like, well, whatever. And then at this point, you're going to say, hold out your hand. They're going to hold out their hand. You're going to just take the cards out of the box and have them count down to number 36. Notice there's no dead space in my presentation. Notice how quickly I'm taking the cards out of the box. Let's go to 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and finally 36, the 10 of clubs at their position. All right, so you guys took a look at it, and so you probably have a couple other questions about the effect, so let's go over those now. So the first question is, how difficult is this to perform? And I think with a little bit of practice, it's going to become second nature. Of course, this is not self-working. This is going to require practice, but once you learn my system, then it's going to really become easy to perform, which that goes to the next question, which is how much math is involved in this effect? Well, there's some basic third grade level math. Of course, you're not doing anything difficult like subtracting double-digit numbers. And like I said before, that because I've whittled down the mental aspect of this, there's some shortcuts I'm going to teach you as well that make it really simple to perform once you practice it. Once you practice it, it will really become second nature. The next question is, what kind of memory work is involved? Well, obviously there's no memorized deck, which is great. There is a small amount of memory that's involved because you have to memorize a couple of simple associations. That's part of my system, but it's nothing difficult. And with a small amount of practice, you're gonna learn it really quickly, as you're gonna see in my instruction. The next question you have is, what kind of sleight of hand is involved? There really is only one simple move, which I wouldn't even consider it a move because it's done out in the open and you could see it there in my demo. And because it's done in the moment where your spectator doesn't expect or even detect that anything has happened, I mean, it's so innocent that they will never ever suspect anything, especially because of how fast you're taking the cards out of the box. It just blows over anybody anyway. So it's nothing to even worry about. Now, the next question you may have is, what is the cost of this? So the cost is $30. So what do I get? You're gonna get access to an instructional video, which is over an hour long, where I go over my system in detail, how I came up with it. I go over all of the small nuances of it that's going to help you learn this system, so that way you can start performing this any card, any number. You will also see a live performance of my own. It's a two-phase unbiased routine where you're going to see not just the unbiased any card, any number, but I'm also going to share with you my initial phase that I usually perform with this, which I feel strengthens the any card, any number, and that is a video performance that you're going to see. That's what you can expect to get. The next question you probably have is, well, what do you need to do now to pick this up? If you're interested, you can send me an email here to my email address, and I will tell you in detail the next step that you need to do. So in closing, I just want to really emphasize to you guys this, that if you're really serious about card magic and you're really serious about this plot and you want to learn the last any card, any number that you're ever going to need to know, then I think that this would be a great thing for you to pick up. I obviously put my name behind this, and I don't do that lightly. Obviously, I wouldn't put this out to the magic community if I didn't believe in it myself. Obviously, if I didn't use it myself all the time. And for that reason, I am putting this out there. Anyway, I hope this has been informative to you guys. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them for me below. But one last final thing I will tell you is this, is that if you're really serious and you're ready to put in a small amount of practice to get a maximum amount out of the small investment you're going to need, then this is the any card, any number for you. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next review.